Scientists are perplexed by the planets, stars, and other celestial bodies that occupy space, leading them to question the principles of physics and astronomy. What space objects, then, violate logic and contradict what we know about the universe today? Get ready to discover the properties of stars, such as how they burst into rings of smoke, how black holes eject undesired space debris, how stars feed off one another, and how stars survive explosions. A peculiar and distinct signal was discovered by the Meerkat radio telescope in the Vela X1 area of the sky around the start of 2022. There, 1,300 light-years away from Earth, lies the final resting place of dead neutron stars. There have never before been any stellar pulses or other signs of activity detected there. What odd and enigmatic entity, then, was transmitting radio signals from a lifeless region of space? It was determined by scientists to be the neutron star known as PSR J0901-4046. Neutron stars now typically spin at very high speeds. They rotate for a duration of 1.4 milliseconds to 30 seconds. However, as they get older, their spin slows down, which also causes them to stop producing radio bursts. However, despite taking up to 76 seconds to complete a rotation, this star continues to emit pulses. It actually contains 7 distinct varieties of them. According to scientists, nothing like that has ever been observed before. The potency of the weaker PSR J0901-4046 is practically gone. Its signals last for only 300 milliseconds, or 0.5% of the star's rotational period. Therefore, it was fortunate for astronomers that a brief radio beam was able to cross the Earth and be detected. PSR J0901-4046 may be a member of an extremely unusual type of star with extremely high magnetic fields, known as ultra-long-period magnetars. If this is the case, the star represents the genesis of a novel class of neutron stars, which may exist in large quantities. Scientists have been interested in more stars than just that one, though. S5 HVS1, a blue star in the Grus constellation, is a hypervelocity star that travels at a speed of 6 million kilometers per hour, 3,700,000 miles per hour, through the Milky Way, just 29,000 light-years away from Earth. This is around 10 times faster than the majority of stars in our galaxy. What then happened to this star to send it hurtling across the cosmos at such a high speed? Through time tracing of the star S5, HSV1, scientists have discovered that the star was expelled from the Sagittarius A** black hole, located at the core of the Milky Way. This gave scientists a counterintuitive idea. Once an object gets close enough to a black hole, its incredible gravity has been observed to draw celestial bodies into it. However, it turns out that these enormous black holes may also propel celestial bodies through space at extremely high speeds. It's plausible that S5, HSV1 experienced something similar. The star was once part of a binary system that orbited a partner, but they passed too close to Sagittarius A star. S5, HSV1 was flung at thousands of kilometers per second when the massive black hole ensnared it with its gravity. According to scientists, the incident happened roughly 5 million years ago. However, there are some celebrities who act irrationally and defy reason. Tabby star, KIC 8462852, is a brilliant star in the constellation Cygnus. The star is approximately 1,470 light-years away from Earth in its orbit. Compared to the Sun, it is marginally more massive, hotter, and brighter. In the past few years, Tabby's star has become one of the most memorable cosmic tales. The star gained notoriety in 2015 after the Kepler Space Telescope noticed a drop in brightness over several days. After a roughly 20% decrease, the star's brilliance progressively increased. Furthermore, Tabby's star has continuously experienced a longer-lasting, considerably fainter fading. No such observations have ever been made of stars that are slightly bigger than the Sun. Extraterrestrial believers instantly began discussing the megastructure of a far-off, highly developed society. In their account, the star's brightness is periodically diminished by alien sentient species stealing energy for their own purposes. However, new data from NASA's Swift and Spitzer spacecraft has disproved this theory. In the infrared region, astronomers noticed a modest dimming of Tabby's star, and that definitely had nothing to do with aliens. Scientists have proposed theories to explain the star's unusual behavior. The irregular migration of the dust cloud surrounding the star could be the reason for extended and feeble periods of low brightness. When passing in front of a star, any item bigger than the smallest dust particle would cause the star to become darker. It's possible that the dust surrounding Tabby's star is too tiny to dissipate into space, according to researchers. However, its size is likewise insufficient to completely obstruct the entire range of light waves. These parameters are met by particles with a diameter of little more than a few micrometers, or 1/10,000th of an inch. Based on calculations made by the experts, the cloud rotates every 700 days. They are still unable to identify the precise source of the dust. It might be particles of matter from interstellar space, dust from a swarm of passing comets, or debris from planetary impacts. Scientists will keep researching the fabled Tabby's star since its narrative is far from over. Who knows what surprises might turn up later on? However, stars are more than just quick movers and brilliant lights. This star, HD 140283, is situated 190 light-years from Earth in the Libra constellation, often referred to as the https://be/outYG6F2GAQ. Methuselah star. Its age was determined through a study in 2000. A startling 16 billion years old was the outcome. But considering that the universe is just 13.8 billion years old, how is that even possible? Please share your thoughts in the comments if you'd like to learn the whole tale of this star. There is also another star in the Milky Way, HD 5314, that is experiencing odd events. Scientists have found a debris disk surrounding the star with the ALMA telescope. Stars frequently have junk around them that was left over during the birth of their systems. However, no other star has a debris disk with the same intricate composition. The yellow dwarf star HD 53143 has a mass of roughly 80% and a brightness of 70% of the Sun. It is situated in the Carina constellation, 60 light-years from Earth. The star is young. It is only a billion years old or so. Thus, it is not unexpected that a disk of rock debris still envelopes HD 53143. These rocks are moving, and as they do, they keep hitting each other, crashing and turning into dust. These disks typically have a ring-like form and resemble the Kuiper belt, but this one has an elliptical crown that is entirely out of the ordinary. And this isn't the only peculiar quality about the star. Astronomers discovered through additional studies that it has an additional inner disk that is tipped or offset in relation to the outer disk. It seems peculiar that the bigger disk should progressively draw in, obliterate, and absorb the smaller one. Scientists have determined that there is only one scenario that might occur. The disks may be able to maintain their distance if there is an object concealed within the system due to its gravity. However, this would require the object to be at least a sizable exoplanet. Astronomers will need to exhaustively investigate the entire area around HD 53143 in order to test their theory and find any unidentified space bodies. Let's visit the constellation Hydra to observe the peculiar activity of another star. The star V Hydrae, which is 1,300 light-years away from Earth, is running out of fuel. Furthermore, scientists have lately observed that the dying star puts on an amazing show, shooting jets of plasma fireworks and 6 revolving smoke rings into space. Although it sounds lovely, scientists were unsure of the star's motivation for performing these actions. It was initially about the size of the Sun, but as it grew older, it turned into a red giant. In their evolutionary trajectory, about 90% of solar mass stars choose this route. However, only V Hydrae emits gas rings in its later stages, which resemble smoke rings. And around this carbon-rich star, a new ring emerges every few hundred years. It keeps growing slowly over time. The star is surrounded by a thick layer of dust that has long obscured all 6 of the smoke rings, which date back approximately 2,100 years. The Atacama Large Millimeter/Submillimeter Array Telescope discovered the rings in 2022. After much searching, The rings were made of extremely short radio waves, only 1 millimeter in length. And then there was an even more exciting detection made by the telescope. These are amazing gas bubbles in the shape of hourglasses that are situated oppositely from the star. The gas jets that V. Hydri hurled at such high speeds created them. The cosmic wind gathered up the plasma streams and blew at astounding speeds of up to 800,000 kilometers, 500,000 miles per hour in two opposed directions. The gas jets finally took the form of an hourglass due to this hurricane. Massive plasma explosions happen every 8 years. Scientists have been particularly astounded by these plasma fountains. There shouldn't be any, by all means. Such jets require extraordinary energy to be released. So where does that energy come from in the dying star? According to one hypothesis, the plot may involve a space vampire, posing as the star's friendly neighbor. It's possible that an unseen companion star circling near V Hydri influences this ejection process. A portion of the gas is drawn into space, creating a remarkable structure like an hourglass. However, the star from the binary system Eta Carinae put on a far better performance than the dying V Hydri. With great fury, it detonated about 170 years ago. It also briefly rose to the position of the second brightest star in the night sky. After that, a miracle took place. The star came out of the fire unharmed. Through the use of telescopes at the Cerro Tololo Inter-American Observatory in Chile, astronomers were able to detect the light echo of this event in 2003. Things started to become more apparent as the cosmic catastrophe research went on. However, a new proposal by scientists suggests that the system included 3 stars instead of just 2 before the explosion. There was a massive star, star A, at the system's core. There was a smaller star, B, next to it, and lastly, a little star called C was visible in the periphery. Star A began to lose its shell as it grew older, and star B started quickly removing its neighbor's layers one by one, eating away at its gas and matter. Star A was consequently transformed into a helium core. Following that, the system's gravitational force balance shifted. Star B pushed closer to star C and away from the center as a result of its swelling at the expense of the neighbor's shell. After a while, C collided with B, causing an explosion. The little star C was blown to pieces instead of the massive star B, despite its great strength. Stars A and B remained in the binary system that resulted. Researchers will keep looking for evidence supporting this theory with the upcoming James Webb Space Telescope and computer simulations. What new phenomena do you think the James Webb Space Telescope will discover to speak about? Tell us in the comments below. And by subscribing, you can make sure you don't miss out on updates about new discoveries made in the universe. I appreciate you seeing.